Hey everyone, Retire on Dividends here. I'm making a video today to talk about my first full year of monetization, which is the first full actual year of being monetized, meaning 2024. I first got monetized in September of 23, which, before then it has been a long road. So some background on my channel. I used to be called The Broke Investor. About 6 years ago, I started the YouTube channel, and I could show you some of the old videos. Maybe hit less than 100 views. But long story short is, I guess I could scroll all the way down. Long story short, as soon as I learned about dividend investing and investing in general, right away I said, you know what? I'm just going to make a YouTube channel and talk about everything that I learned, because it was at that point in my life where nobody that I knew, friends and family, nobody knew anything about investing. And I basically had to go out on YouTube, go out, buy books, go out and, to the internet and just research myself to do, the best that I can. So that at that point in time, again, the same time I pretty much learned about investing, I decided to start not only a YouTube channel, but, other outlets such as Instagram, Facebook groups, so on and so forth. But the YouTube channel, it was really hard. And again, maybe the name The Broke Investor was half of the problem. The other problem was there was already so much competition out there, and there was already established people, making a similar content. And as you can see, I have videos dating back 6 years ago, 65 views, 85 views, 92 views, 87 views, and it was rough. But again, I'm just sharing kind of like a quick history of the channel and how it got here. And then over the past about year and a half, something called YieldMax came out. High yield dividend ETFs started coming out, and it was pretty much around my wheelhouse, because they do options to make high yield dividends and to pay out a high yield dividend, and obviously they pay a dividend. So I was all about retiring on dividends, but my expectation was it's going to be when I get old and gray and 62, 65. And then these funds came out. I'm like, all right, I'm going to cover them. And that was, and then the rest is history. The channel started doing well because a lot of people did not cover these funds. And the people that did cover the funds, a lot of them were negative about them because, my opinion is they didn't take the time to understand them, right? A lot of the things that they were saying maybe were unfair. So what I was making was more so a channel to discuss how these funds work. And that's what really made my channel have success. So here I am today. My channel name now is called Retire on Dividends. Definitely not changing it again. ROD for short, ROD. I have 21,682 subscribers. What is this? Again, I don't know the time. Oh, last 28 days, it just shows some stats, and then it shows latest published content. Again, I'm going to go through some other things, and then we'll get into the money, because this video is mainly about showing people how much I made, over for the first full year of being monetized. But one thing I want to tell everyone, if you guys are just listening to me for that reason, is if you're thinking about starting a YouTube, or you just started a YouTube and maybe you're getting discouraged, don't stop. Well, number one, if you're thinking about it, just make your first video, post it, and get it over with. Don't hesitate. Don't worry about being perfect. Look at my video. My first video, I'm in a car, I hit record, and I'm yapping. And at that point in time, I don't really know crap, right? I'm just yapping and yapping and yapping. And I didn't get any views. And the first full year was pretty much like that. And the second year was pretty much like that. And the third year was pretty much like that, right? Fourth, fifth, eventually the fifth and sixth year is when I started to, to do better. And I'm not saying I'm a big channel, but again, I earned every single subscriber here, right? I felt every subscriber because the time I started, the requirements to be monetized on YouTube was 500 subscribers. Of course, the watch hours too, which I didn't even know. But I couldn't even get 500 subscribers. But I just kept with it. I stayed with it. And eventually, again, I found my niche and it's been working. So the moral of the story is if you're thinking about it, just do it. If you're getting discouraged, just be consistent, all right? Make videos consistently. Find your audience. Make sure you're passionate about the topic too. Because if you're not, people will read right through you. Don't be a bullshitter, right? Just be honest, be truthful, and go from there. Anyway, that's my advice. So I'll go through a couple things. So such as content, obviously, I post videos every single day. So keep that in mind before I show you how much I've made, right? So every single morning, I post a video that premieres at 6:30 a.m. But I record the video before that. I record those videos 5 a.m. every single day. So Monday through Saturday, I do a video. Well, actually, no, I'm sorry. 7 days a week now, I do a video that premieres at 6:30 a.m. But on the weekends, I typically do an additional 2 or 3 videos. During the week, obviously, I have a full-time job, so I don't have time outside of that morning video to really do anything further. But there are occasions where I do use my lunch break to squeeze in another video here and there, but it's not as often as I would love it to be. Because again, if you're a YouTuber and you have a full-time job, it's not as easy, especially if you have a family, if you have children at home. It's really, really not easy. I have a 9-year-old and a 2-year-old, and doing YouTube during this time frame as they've been growing up has been very hard. But I'm hoping it will get easier in due time. So anyway, just want to show you a couple things. So if we go to views, actually, I don't even know. Let's see, view all, sort by most viewed. So my most popular video, it was called How to Retire on YieldMax, and that got 26,000 views, which, that's nothing crazy, right? None of my videos ever went viral. I hope one day that I can experience that, but I have not. But my videos, I don't do anything out of the ordinary. I'm pretty consistent with what I'm posting. So as you can see, how to retire on YieldMax, retire on Roundhill, how to make 10,000 per month. I really thought that one could go viral. Plus, because of the cool thumbnail. How to retire on Misty. See, people love those videos. Obviously, I have to make more of them. And then I talk about YieldMax distributions. Those are always a big hit. How to retire on Coney. So nothing crazy, nothing different. And then their interviews. Some of the interviews do well. I do interview fund managers that are kind enough to come on my channel. And, that also does well. So, yeah. So that's some of my better content right there. And then I do shorts. Shorts, they don't really do anything for you as far as making money. But what they do is they bring in, I would say they could bring in new subscribers. So in the beginning, I was a lot more active. Not in the beginning, I'm sorry, like a year or two ago. I was a little more consistent on my shorts, and I would make them a little, more frequent. And as you can see, like this one got 15,000 views. That's pretty good for a short. 10,000 views, 9,000 views, 7,000 views. Obviously, people, and I don't really put my face on YouTube a lot, but the shorts I do because people love, for whatever reason, they're more likely to click on something with a face than no face. And I'm not sure why that is. It just is, especially the face, the shocked faces, the ones that like, they're trying to be like, oh my God, this is going to zero. Or, oh my God, this stock's going to be 10x in 10 years or 2 years or something like that. So I will, I have no problem showing my face, but it's just not needed for the type of videos that I make. So again, I only show my face on shorts or interviews, of course. I never really do Q&A, but that's something I need to do more of or work on doing more of. hopefully this year. But again, it's really hard when you have a full household with two loud boys. So, and on top of that, I didn't even mention where I do my recordings. I do them in my garage because that is the quietest place in my house. Plus, when I do my videos in the morning, they're at 5 a.m. and I don't want to wake up the house, so I have to go into the garage. So yeah. And then obviously here's the live videos are typically my interviews. I like doing the interviews with fund managers live on YouTube. I don't pre-record anything. I like everyone to ask the questions and go from there. Okay, so that's the content. Now we'll go to some analytics. I know you guys are probably getting antsy, like, how much do you make already? But again, I want to talk about the channel first before I get to that. So first, let's just look at the views, some key data. So over the last year, here's kind of the views. It hasn't really jumped anything crazy. It's obviously, it goes up to the 10K mark. Well, I guess the chart did kind of go up over time, so that's good. And then watch time, I never really look at this, to be honest. I guess it is kind of going, it's going up over time. And then subscribers, obviously, subscribers don't really do anything as far as money-wise, but it is always good to have more subscribers. But I guess, I am starting to average more subscribers as time goes on, too. So it's important that you do see, that type of information. And I'll get to the revenue in a second. So that's for the content. There is a podcast section. I do record videos. I still do record videos on my way to work. It's called My Commute Podcast. So that does go under the podcast section. It's not like a big hit, but people do appreciate it. But again, why not take advantage of that time? That's when I really have my peace and quiet. I drive 1 hour to work one way, right? So that's 2 hours. I'm in a car just driving. So why not utilize that time to talk about whatever I can talk about, right? So that's what I do. And that's why those are really the podcast. Here's some content, top videos. We talked about that already. I can go check out my audience. Returning, I don't really even look at this. So this just shows, I guess, the returning viewers in purple. What's in blue? New viewers. So most of my channel, yes, is returning viewers versus new viewers. You can see the blue line is new. The purple is returning. Unique subscribers. Yeah, that's just junk, right? And then when your viewers are on YouTube, again, this is YouTube Studio, so if you guys do use YouTube, obviously this is a must-have because it does give a lot of information. My age group, the majority, I'll say, where is it, is in the 45 to 54 bucket. Next is the 55 to 64 bucket, and then next is the 35 to 44 bucket. That's where I fall. I'm 42 years old. And unfortunately, the 18 to 24 bucket is very low, 1%. 13 to 17, obviously, they don't give a crap about investing. 65 plus is 15%. 92% of my audience is male. So I don't know. Again, females, I guess they're less likely to be the investor of the household. Geography, mostly U.S., 75% U.S., 9.5% Canada. And then, so watch time from subscribers. So most of my watch time comes from subscribers, 67.3%, and 32% of my watch hours come from people not subscribed. But I mean, in the end, it really doesn't matter as long as I'm getting the watch hours. The one good thing about people being subscribers is they can always hit the notification button, so they're at least reminded when you do post a video, so they can be return viewers. So that is not something that I always bring up, but I probably should. And then you can look up like what else your audience watches, so you can see kind of other channels they watch, at least in the last 28 days, which is obviously, relatable content that they do watch, okay? And then we have revenue, right? So revenue, now this screen, this is where you would check each and every day how much you made, how much you're gonna make. And is this the best way to pull it up? I'm going to go to earn. That's probably the best way. So my last payment or my last earnings was for the month of December. That was my best month. My best month was $4,101.84. Okay. But December, I believe, again, this is what I'm told, that's typically the biggest ad month. Like, keep in mind, these people paying YouTube to post ads, they're more than likely to do it in December during a holiday month than any other month, right? November is probably a big month too. October too, leading up to the holiday. But January, which is what we're currently in, it's a struggle because the holiday's over, all right? It's not as popular. It's a new year. People aren't spending money as they used to. So, you got to think of it that way. And I have felt it. Like last year, I definitely felt it. This year, I feel it a little. All right, so now I'm going to show you my payments from the beginning, and then I'll show you it on a spreadsheet. So where the heck is it? 20. Is this September? Yeah, it doesn't have my first. I don't have the full history here. All right, well, whatever. I'll go backwards. So currently, as we speak, I am in mid-January. What is today's date? Hold on a second. Today is January 14th. So currently the January earnings are up to January 13th. So right now I'm making about $1,565.79. All right. And we saw, 4101. Okay, so keep in mind too, like this 4101, it shows January. I get paid for December in January. So when it shows like here what you've been paid for in December, that's for November, and so on and so forth. So in December, I got paid $3,472, November $3,799, October $2,766. My spreadsheet has the history in order, and I'm going to go to that real quick. Actually, that's where I wanted to end up anyway. So as I said, my first month being monetized happened September of 2023. So I can't even tell you how happy I was. So the fact that I made $183, I was extremely happy. I'm like, oh my God, I'm actually getting paid. Someone's paying me to record videos. And then the next month, you can imagine my reaction, making over $1,000 on the next month. So obviously, it was growing, all right? And then the next month, I made $1,953. And then the next month, $2,205. So obviously, I was having much more than double-digit growth in the beginning. And I automatically, my cocky self thought, I'm just going to keep going up and up and up. And then January, as I mentioned, reality check, 11% pay cut. So I only made $1,955 January 2024. Because again, I don't think the ads are in demand as much. So maybe they don't pay as much. It wasn't that my hours watched went down. It was just, I think the ad revenue is not as good as it is during the holiday season. All right. So then I said to myself, okay, that's fine. I'll just bust my ass even harder. I know a lot of people, maybe they don't post as much in January because to them it's not worth it. But to me, all right, then that's an opportunity for me to post more and get even more subscribers if YouTube is light. Okay. Makes sense to me. I don't know if that makes sense to you guys. All right. So the next month in February, I made $1,978.20. And then I made $2,126.35 in March. In April, I made $1,785.19. In May, I made $1,970.18. So obviously, I'm up and down, right? Sometimes I'm making like high 1,000. Sometimes I'm making 2,000. But then, boom, in June, first time I'm making $3,000. I made $3,013, and I was in heaven. But then again, back to reality. The next month, I made $2,300. I'm like, damn. And then the next month, I made even less, $2,000. Damn, right? But then in September, all right, big jump up, $2,766. But then again, come the holiday months, October, November, December, really good months. October, $3,799.11. November, $3,472.20. And then December, as we spoke of, my biggest month yet, $4,101.84. All right. So those are my numbers. That's how much I have made each month since I have been monetized. But as mentioned, 2024 is the first full year I have been monetized. And I'll show you those numbers in a second. But I wanted to show you, I do track month to month growth, which to me, honestly, it's irrelevant because each month changes. But what matters to me now is year over year growth. So if I look at September year over year, obviously it's showing 1,400% growth, and that's not realistic because my first month being monetized was September. But as time goes on and I'm kind of plateauing, I'm not growing as fast, the year over year might be a better comparison to get an idea of how much I can grow in the future. Because you can see October, okay, 279%, that's still kind of ridiculous. And then maybe a little more realistic here, 77% growth, and then 86% growth for December. Because this December, I want to grow my income really more than 86%. I want to make 100% more. I want to make $8,000 per month. But I don't know if that's possible. Again, I'm just going to do my best, bust my ass. I'm not going to stop. And, I'm going to keep it up. So anyway, let's look at the total numbers down here. I don't know why. Yeah, this should have been 2025. Obviously, I updated it for the next year and I put 2024 again. I'm going backwards. So here's the recap. So for 2023, as you know, again, first time being monetized, but it happened mid-September, September to December. I made $5,343, all right? But 2024 being the first full year monetized, I don't think I did too bad. I made $31,415.17. So far, lifetime YouTube money, I have made $36,759.02. Now, if you look, I did have something called an hourly wage. So what I do is to get an idea of how much time I do spend recording videos, getting the videos ready, posting the videos, I came up with approximately 3 hours a day. I mean, I don't know if that's completely accurate, to be honest. It could be that, it could be less, could be more, whatever. But let's just assume it's 3 hours, right? 3 hours is how many hours a week? 21, right? And then how many hours a month, right? Was it 91, right? And then how many hours a year? 1,092, okay? So what do? I go here to December, right? Because that was my last month, my biggest month, right? I made 4,101. So if I annualize that, right? I take that number, I multiply it by 12. If I can make that consistently, I would produce $49,000 a year. Now, if I take the 49,000, right, and I divide that by the number of hours I work per year approximately, I get my hourly wage for doing YouTube, and that comes to be $45.08, which is pretty damn good. And obviously, if I look at some of these others, $38.16, $41. So it's varying, as you can see. But obviously, December, a month, you get a month like that, it is well worth it. But yeah, so those are my numbers for the year, my first full year being monetized on YouTube. And I have to say to you guys, it is well worth it. It was well worth not being monetized the first 5 years because, you kind of need that reality check. You need that kick in the ass. These things don't come easy. So the harder you work, the harder you have to work for something, the harder you will work once you do get there. So if it's just handed to you, like if you're handed a channel with 2,000 subscribers or, you're not going to appreciate it as much. So again, busting your ass, getting to where you have to be, I think you'll be much more appreciated. And that goes with anything in real life. You guys know that. But again, I'm just talking about YouTube right now. So believe me, like I said, I felt each and every subscriber here, 21,682. And I know I am growing much faster than I did in the past. So it's and I can refresh this too, right? I have 21,682. If I hit refresh here, let's see if I can get, no, see, I didn't know. Sometimes if you keep hitting refresh, you could see, okay, 683, 684. So people, it is growing. And obviously you can see that through the, I pretty much averaged 1,700 subscribers in 28 days, which again, amazing numbers. Not quite the numbers that you see of the bigger YouTubers, but again, keep in mind, what do I use for my YouTube? Well, I use what I'm on right now, my phone, right? What else? I use me, right? And that's it. So for my daily videos, I use my phone and me. However, I did add one more thing to my YouTube journey, and that's my laptop. I did go out and buy a MacBook. I highly recommend it if you get to that point. And the reason I needed it, well, the reason I bought it is because I had a live interview scheduled, my first one with a fund manager, and I planned on doing it on the phone. I'm like, you know what? This is not going to be good for me, because how am I going to read the comments, right? The messages. So I had to go and purchase a laptop to do the live interviews. And now it turns out, I used to do all my spreadsheets on the phone. Oh my God, I'll never go back. I mean, I still do some on the phone, but doing spreadsheets on the freaking laptop, oh my God, so much easier. So I've been able to basically make my process so much better. But yeah, that's it. I own a phone and a laptop, and that's pretty much it. I don't have, these cool backdrops, these fluorescent lights in the background, and I don't have a microphone. I just have me. People say, what microphone do you use? I use me, right? And I talk into my phone, and I don't need a microphone. What do you need a microphone for? Unless you talk like this, I guess you need a microphone, right? Most people have a normal voice, and you can, you don't need a microphone. So, I mean, it does look cool. I've seen some cool microphones, right? Some light up, so I get that. You just do it for the appeal. You may not even turn it on. You just have it there, for viewing purposes. But yeah. So I do keep my channel simple. I don't even edit, by the way. I hit record, I post. I hit record, I post. But the real reason is I don't have time. I record my video, I have to get it posted, and then I have to get ready for work right away. So I have limited time. So if I screw up a video, then it's getting posted, right? It doesn't matter. And typically, in fact, I had one video, there was no sound. I don't even know what happened. That video got posted. I didn't redo it. I didn't have time, right? I have to go to work. And that's just life. And that's how it is. And honestly, again, I love it. I'm having the time of my life. Is it work? Yes, it's freaking work. It's a lot of work. But this is work that I enjoy, right? I enjoy talking about investing. I enjoy talking about options. I enjoy covering a lot of these funds. I enjoy talking to other people about investing. So it is a fun time for me. And now I'm finally at the point, obviously, that YouTube pays for me, to make videos. I don't have any affiliate links. Obviously, I don't use I know if people in the finance world, they use Seeking Alpha, and other things, but it's I don't use it. So why would I put an affiliate link on something I don't use? I'm not saying I will never do it, but I'm not a hypocrite. I'm not one of those people just post a million freaking links just to try to make $1 here and there. But, it's going to count. Same thing with, someone sponsoring my channel. I get emails all the time, mostly crypto. Really? Why are crypto companies wanting to sponsor my channel? I talk about crypto through MSTR, Misty, sure. But it's irrelevant. I'm not doing that, right? But if someone maybe marketwatch.com, who I use their website in my videos pretty much every day, if they reached out to me, it's different. Robinhood, if they reached out to me, it's different, right? I know my head is maybe a little too big, thinking that these bigger companies are going to reach out to me. But guess what? If they don't really, I don't really give a crap, to be honest. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I don't need sponsors. I'm making money through YouTube. But like I said, doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter to me. But yeah, so I know a lot of people, when they talk about how much I made on YouTube, say the majority of their money comes from sponsors, which always amazes me. I'm like, who the hell? What? But I don't know. Maybe it works differently outside of the finance YouTube space. Or maybe I'm supposed to be reaching out to people. If I am, then obviously I didn't know that. Or I'm probably not doing it anyway, to be honest. I thought you figured they would, if they want it, they'll reach out to you. If not, screw them, right? That's at least how I feel. But yeah, that's how you feel people, because I love watching how much money people made on YouTube. I don't care what their channel's about. That's why I'm assuming most of you aren't even investing people. But yeah, so, and they say more than 50% of their total comes from sponsors. I'm like, damn. Obviously I'm doing something wrong, but at the same time, the way I do my videos, since I do them daily, I it's more work, yes, but there's always income daily, right? If people post a video once a week, then obviously they're going to have up and days throughout the week. My videos typically get around 4,000 views per day, which is the same, and it's no change. So I'm pretty much making around the same income every single day. I make more on Sundays and Saturdays because, the weekend I post more videos, and also there is like my Sunday morning video is always a big hit. It's the estimate video, right? That's a big hit. It gets 10,000 views. So my morning videos during the week, they're not going to get 10,000 views, and I know that. And that's okay. 4,000 views is fine. And of course, that I do another video every Saturday. It is my lowest viewed content, but I love talking about it, and that's the options video. It gets about 1,200 views, but that's okay. Again, each video brings in a different group of people typically too. But anyway, I kind of went on a rant. I didn't know what I was going to talk about for this video. I didn't know what I was going to cover, but hopefully for those of you that clicked on this video, you got what you were thinking, or you got what you wanted to get. Let's see if I got any new subscribers. 682. Of course, when I need it to move, it doesn't, but it doesn't matter, guys. But anyway, like I said, if you have any questions that I didn't answer, please leave them in the comments below. I'd be happy to answer you. If you're not a normal subscriber to my channel, and you just want to talk about YouTube, that's fine. Feel free to reach out. You can reach me on, the social medias. All my links are on my my channel. But I'm willing to help out any new YouTubers for sure, because I know the struggle. So I'm all about, again, if you need someone to talk to, ask questions. Not saying I know a lot, but I know enough, right? I know what I need to know. Let's just put it that way. All right. Of course, none of this is financial advice. Since I'm a financial YouTuber, I always state this, right? This is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. This video is for fun and entertainment. Even though I didn't really give you financial advice, I give you YouTube advice, right? But outside of that, I just want to say, really, thank you guys for watching. Again, it was a great journey. It's still a great journey, and it will be a great journey. Can I retire on YouTube alone? Probably not. Can I retire on YouTube and dividends? Probably. And I hope to, actually, within the next 5 years. So that's my goal, okay? That's my real goal. And I will talk about that in another video if you guys are interested. I'll wait till see how much I make in January between YouTube and dividends, and then we'll go from there. How's that sound? All right, guys, that's all I got for today. Again, thank you guys for watching. I do greatly appreciate it. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. If you want this video posted more frequent than once a year, do you want it like every, twice a year? Do you want it every quarter? I don't know. You guys let me know down in the comments, all right? Because this is not one of my normal videos. This is just like a video that's just kind of random, talking about how much I made and, so on and so forth. Also, real quick question. Are you surprised how much I made? Is it less than you thought, or is it more than you thought? I'm always curious what people think, based on that. All right, never mind. On that note, I'm out of here. Have a great one.